morning. We are live. It's 102.5 The Bone, the Calta Aftershow. I am your host, Johnny B, riding solo today because my man Ian Beckles, who's normally here on Thursdays, is on a fishing trip somewhere in Arizona, I think, New Mexico. I don't know, somewhere far away. But we do have T and Powell calling in about 20 minutes. We're going to be talking about some of the new movies that have been popping up, including his review of The Bride, which comes out tomorrow. And if you don't know about that, go check out the trailer. Pretty wild. I can't wait to hear his take on it because it's getting mixed reviews out there. But yeah, it should be interesting. We've been needing some new movies for a while. January, February, not great. Not great for movies. A lot of caca out there. I will be trying to cover some things from the Mike Calta show this morning. If you are listening on some of our streaming sites, we were having some trouble on YouTube and some other stuff. So it was a little tough for me, just like it was tough for you guys because, yeah, it was a little shoddy out there. But they're working on it, and I've already talked to 3 different people that have alerted me that they're working hard on it. I don't know why they're telling me. I'm not Mike Calta. I'm Johnny B. But I'm sure that there's 100 people telling Mike Calta. 3 people have told me. Phone lines are open. If you would like to join me for the first segment, 800-771-1025. We do have breaking news that happened right towards the end of the Mike Calta show. If you just got in your car, I will fill you in on this breaking news, and it is wild. By the way, follow and interact with me on social media. Johnny B Tampa on everything. That's Johnny B Tampa. If you're not following me on Instagram and X and everything else, up yours, buddy. You know what I mean? The breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We know this lady has been dealing with mental issues, legal issues. Kind of really have to feel sorry for her because, you know, she's one of these child stars that no telling what kind of abuse she went through. The pressures that she faced all through her adolescent years, moving into being one of the biggest pop stars in history. Now, we learned that 44-year-old Britney Spears has been arrested for DUI in California. I know. We did not see this coming. She was taken into custody at 9:30 p.m. last night in Ventura County. She was most recently seen breaking the law behind the wheel. She was released according to Ventura County Sheriff's records this morning. We're all praying for you, Britney. Her representatives said that law enforcement declined to comment, but it is a DUI charge in California, which can be very severe. They have tough laws in California when it comes to DUI. They can have your license automatically suspended without due process. What is she going to do? How is she going to get around? Poor Britney. Who's going to drive that Mercedes SUV? I'm going to throw it out there. I'm available, Britney, if you need a driver. My wife is fine with me going to California to drive you around for a while. I don't know, 6 months, whatever your probation is, whatever your suspension is. I'm willing to come out and drive you around. I'll even sharpen your knives before you do your cool dances on TikTok. I still believe in you, Britney. When the world turns their back on you, Britney, not me. Not me. 800-771-1025 if you'd like to join me. I'll also be catching you up on a little bit of sports that have been happening in and around the Tampa Bay area. Lots of stuff going on. You guys ever heard of a WBC? Nope, that's not a white person with a big penis. WBC is actually the World Baseball Classic, which I'm sure does have some people with big penises. Not that I think about it all the time, but since I said it out loud, now I'm thinking about it, which is weird. The World Baseball Classic, Team USA looking pretty solid, one of the favorites. They do this thing every 3 years. It's kind of like the Olympics for baseball, but baseball's in the Olympics. And this is an Olympic qualifying event. The U.S. team's pretty solid. Lots of bats. Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Kyle Rowley. It's a good team. A couple Cy Young winners on the pitching staff. But I believe the U.S. will be playing tomorrow against Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. But that's going on. Now do you care? I care. Let's give you a quick sports update because we got stuff going on. Some good, some scary.
And now, another 102.5 The Bone Real Raw Sports Update.
Lucky for us, the Tampa Bay Lightning had a really good run right before the Olympic break. But it seems like the Olympic break was not good for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, unless you're Jake Gensel, then you won a gold medal. But tough stretch on the way back. I believe they're 1-3. They've lost 3 in a row since coming back from the Olympic break. Tough game a couple of days ago, losing 5-1 in Minnesota. They need a bounce back, and they will be playing tonight. And we need to see the boys bouncing back. They're on a little 3-game road trip. They started in Minnesota with a big loss. Tonight they'll be playing a late game, 10 p.m. against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And hopefully they can turn things around. Toronto's a very beatable team, but man, we got a little bit of injuries going on with the Lightning, and it just seems like the chemistry's a little bit off. And look forward to seeing those guys bounce back tonight against the Maple Leafs. But they are still leading the Atlantic Division with 80 points. But you got a couple teams right behind them. Look, we're going to make the playoffs. That's no doubt. But you want to get that number 1 seed. And they've earned it all year long, and you hate to see them doing a little slip here in March, but there's a ton of games. So if you've been missing NHL hockey because of the 3 weeks they were off for the Olympics, well, they have to make up those games. So expect 3 to 4 Lightning games, and, of course, all your favorite teams will be playing a ton of games in March so they get caught up so they can probably stay, on regular schedule when the playoffs start in April. So check it out right here, 102.5 The Bone tonight. If you're a night owl, you will love it because they'll be playing. They'll be playing. Let's see. I think the puck drops at a little after 8 o'clock, so probably going into 10:30, 11 o'clock. But you can hear it live right here on 102.5 The Bone. Before we get to more sports, let's grab some phone calls. Hey, you're on the Calta Aftershow with Johnny B. Who's this?
Hey, it's Dave, Johnny. Hey, congratulations on losing all that weight. Have you talked about how you actually did it? Like, what do you attribute it to?
I mean, I'm still working on it. I talked about it a few times. But, basically, I have a protein goal every day. I try to eat 250 grams of protein. I keep my calories right around 2,000, which is plenty. And, I'm hitting the gym, 3 or 4 days a week. And I do a fast once a week, which is anywhere from 36 hours to 48 hours once a week.
Okay.
So
right.
So it's working. I mean, I'm down, a little over 40 pounds since the first of the year. And, it's doing okay, man. So it's a system that works for me. But I always tell people, what I do may not work for you, and find something that you're comfortable with. And even if you're losing 3 pounds a month, it's still progress, if you feel good and you
Sure, that adds up for sure.
Yeah, dude. So, that's what I've been doing, buddy.
All right, thanks, Johnny. Good. Congrats, and keep it up.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Take care. 800-771-1025. Hey, you're on the Mike Calta Aftershow with Johnny B. Who's this?
Hey, it's Johnny B. They're playing Winnipeg tonight. They're not playing the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Son of a bitch. That was Saturday they're playing Toronto. Thank you, dude. I was looking at the wrong thing. It is Winnipeg tonight. They wrap up the road trip Saturday in Toronto. Thanks, dude. Look, I got 9 pages open right now. All right? I'm doing the best I can. But I appreciate that. It is Winnipeg tonight. Toronto Saturday. Mike out there at the show. Who's this?
Good morning, Johnny B. It's George, brother. How you doing?
What up, Jorge? What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Hey, real quick, I got a couple of 2-3 hits. First of all, she'll be okay. That DUI, she's fine. Second of all, Saturday, you said you're going to be up in Hudson. Whereabouts, man?
It's a private gig in Hudson, but
okay, I got you.
Sunday I'll be in Largo though. I'll be at a place called Whiskey Wings with and it sounds funny, for all the Johnny B critics out there, you're like, oh, another bar gig. But John Jacobs, who is a guy with 1 million followers on Instagram and an MTV superstar and one of my good buddies, he's co-headlining it with me, and a couple of great local comics will be there. So that's gonna be a fun gig on Sunday in Largo. So yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, so I see you're solo today. Can I give props where props are due?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, your co-anchor, your color analyst, that's what I call JoJo.
Yeah.
So, she made me crack up yesterday at the end of the show when you were talking about the Strawberry Festival, and you were, describing all the delicious things to eat with that. And you had kind of a sultry Barry White Predator voice, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right I did.
Yes, and then she was giving the color analyst right next to you, and then you mentioned something. It might have been ice cream, and then she came out with, I love cream.
Yes, she does. Yeah. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, I know she does, bro. I was cracking up laughing, bro, driving. I'll give her props for that. Hey, man, I got to catch you one of these days out one of your shows or somewhere. I don't know, maybe back down at the Dignitary Cafe with Ian. But we'll catch up, brother.
Let me know, buddy. Yeah. I'm booking a ton of stuff right now, so I'm all over the state. So okay. I'll be somewhere near you, so it'll be more convenient. So
yeah, I don't mind traveling, brother.
All
right, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Later, bud.
Yeah,
there you go.
Later,
Jorge. Everybody, touch him as he walks by. And thanks to the other caller too. By the way, it is Winnipeg tonight and Toronto on. Look, it's Canada. Aren't they all the same? Be honest with you. Dude, there was so many Canadians on my cruise last week. And look, I don't hate Canadians, but some of them, boy, the stereotypes. Am I right? Am I right, guys? NFL free agency, if you're paying attention. Look, everybody knows Mike Evans is a big free agent here in Tampa. But we have a lot of other free agents that we have to worry about here in Tampa that we could be losing. Guys like Jamel Dean, Kate Otten, just to name a couple. But it's right around the corner. And I'm kind of more intrigued on who the Bucs might go out and sign to help us because we need defense. So there is a lot of banter going on when it comes to guys that can help us with the pass rush and things like that. And yesterday, Adam Schefter came out, and he's one of the big beat writers for the NFL, and said that a guy named Trey Hendrickson out of Cincinnati, probably the second, or I would say, I'd say the second biggest name that we've been talking about as far as filling that need at edge rusher. He is a free agent, and apparently his agent went out and said, and look, this could be agent talk, trying to get leverage so they can make more money somewhere else, but came out and said that he would love to play for the Buccaneers. He lives in Florida. Guys that live in Florida know about no state income tax, and that means a lot when you're signing big multi-million-dollar contracts. But it's out there now that this guy who's gotten 17 and a half sacks 2 years in a row before his injury last season is his agent's out there throwing it out there that he wants to be a Buccaneer. And let's see what happens because free agency is next week. 1 week from today, they'll be signing people. And Monday, I believe, they start what they call the legal tampering period, where they're not supposed to be talking to people, but they kind of can talk to people. It's kind of a weird gray area. But you'll start hearing agreements happen on Monday, Tuesday, and then I believe Wednesday is when they'll really start signing the players next week. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be Winnipeg. Who knows? But I believe that's what's going on. But a lot of buzz going on with the Buccaneers. I am losing confidence that Mike Evans is going to stay in Tampa. The more I see the teams that are interested in Mike Evans, and that's coming out every day, there's a lot of good teams, playoff contending teams that need wide receivers, and I feel like they're going to give him a blank check, and it's going to be tough for the Bucs to keep him here. You want to see Mike Evans be a lifelong Buccaneer like Levante David, like Rondé Barber, like Mike Allstott, but it's going to be tough. New England Patriots is a team that scares me. I can see them offering him $25, $28 million, and they just went to the Super Bowl. They're a Super Bowl caliber team. They're better than the Bucs right now. And Mike Evans got 1-2 years, maybe 3 years left. And if he wants another ring, I wouldn't have confidence in this team the way the defense looked last season. Are they going to be able to do enough in free agency and the draft to fix that broken defense with the same head coach and the same defensive coordinator? Makes you wonder. And, so it breaks my heart to even think about it, but I have about 20% confidence that Mike Evans stays in Tampa. It's very, very sad. Tampa Bay Rays, if you didn't know, they've already started all their spring training games, and the boys are actually looking good in spring training. I know it means nothing. It's like preseason football, but you do want to see them actually playing solid defense. You want to see the pitchers looking decent on the mound, and you want to see the guys that normally hitting the way they should, and that's kind of what it's been looking like. So kind of exciting going into the season with a revamped Tropicana field. I don't know if you've seen some of the footage of the progress they're making in there. So not only will we be indoors for baseball this year, where we belong in the Tampa Bay area, but they have better video boards. They have some better club seating areas. A lot of things have been improved since they had to go in there and gut so many things from all the rain damage. They went in there and they've been doing a lot of good improvements. So looking forward to catching some Rays games this year. I went last year at Steinbrenner Field, and it was miserable. I love Steinbrenner Field. I love doing things with the Yankees minor league teams during spring training. But summer in that stadium is a nightmare. I was watching people pass out from heat exhaustion all around me. I drank 7 beers, and I wasn't even drunk. It was just going right through me. So Tropicana Field this year, the Rays, the lineup's looking better than last year, but I still don't feel like they're a playoff team. Prove me wrong, Kevin Cash. Prove me wrong, Rays. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, TM Powell, my movie critic, your movie critic, he has all the tea, and he's going to spill it on the brand new movie, The Bride. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's pretty wild. So it's basically it's a brand new depiction of the Bride of Frankenstein, and it's got an all-star cast. And wait till you hear about it. Wait till you see the trailer. We'll talk about that and a lot more, because I got some real interesting questions. I'm going to almost rapid fire at TM Powell at some new series on TV and some movies that are coming out on Hulu and Netflix, and I want to get his take on that. We'll do that when we come back. You're listening to me, Johnny B. Solo. It's the Mike Calta Aftershow.
It's the Mike Calta Aftershow on 102.5 The Bone. It's the Mike Calta Show. Featured cut of the day. Sponsored by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. The Mike Calta Show. Download the free Bone app. 102.5 The Bone.
In a motorcycle accident, the details make all the difference.
Was the driver who hit you not paying attention?
Were there hazardous road conditions?
Were there eyewitnesses?
We don't depend on the accident report because it's not admissible in court. We conduct our own investigation.
And we know doctors who can testify to how the injuries will affect you for the rest of your life to try and get you the money that you'll need to take care of yourself. Farah and Farah.
Tampa.
Guys, this is a cat named Mo with the Mike Calta proclaimed best body on the bone. Now, how did I get that body? I'm glad you asked. C4MH.com. Most local and internet men's clinics treat all patients with unapproved compounded synthesized testosterone. Compounded injectable drugs have a dark side with 116 deaths and over 1,500 adverse health incidents. The needed chemicals and synthesized testosterone base that makes up their drug can come from as far away as China. Max profits at your risk. Be smart, be safe by going to C4MH.com, which has 15 years of treating low T with real pharmaceutical testosterone. C4MH.com. You want those results in the gym like me? You want those results in the bedroom like me? Well, you're never going to be like me, but you can be the best that you can be. Go to C4MH.com with 15 years of treating low T with real pharmaceutical testosterone. C4MH.com. James DiRespino, MD.
International Diamond Center makes getting the ring of her dreams easier than ever. March 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's our annual Tacori and Viraggio Bridal Weekend. The world's most renowned ring designers. They're here on the IDC stage with hundreds of new trending styles. For this event, get special incentives on these exquisite rings. Save up to $4,500 when you buy the engagement ring and wedding band. Or take advantage of 36 months zero-interest financing. And all new this year, if you're looking for a lab-grown diamond, we've got you covered. In fact, if you buy any Tacori or Viraggio setting, we'll give you a lab-grown diamond for free. Don't miss the biggest bridal showcase ever at IDC, featuring the industry's leaders in handcrafted, unique, and distinctive rings. Let our experts match the ring with the perfect hand-picked natural diamond, or ask about how you can get a free lab-grown diamond up to 5 carats. It's next weekend, March 13th, 14th, and 15th, exclusively at International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hi, folks. Phil Esposito here, Hockey Hall of Famer. Well, who knew that I was going to go a little bit deaf? I lost my hearing a little bit. People kept telling me, what's wrong with you? You can't hear. So guess what? They were right. I went to Audibel. Audibel took care of me. It was incredible. Audibel, they are terrific. And by the way, Audibel's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Book your free hearing test now at floridahearing.com. Hear better, live better.
Buying a home, as you know, is one of life's biggest milestones. And in today's market, an authentic pre-approval can make all the difference, which gains the seller's confidence and makes your offer stand out. The mortgage advisors at Achieva Credit Union offer expert, local, and personalized guidance that you need to find the right loan that truly fits your life. You can apply by going to achievacu.com, ACHIEVACU.com, or stop by a branch. Achieva is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the NCUA.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Help elevate your company's pride with workplace tips from Cintas. The right workwear helps your team look and perform their best. Cintas has work apparel for almost any job imaginable. Your team gets garments that are breathable, comfortable, and hold up to any job. Cintas even handles laundry and delivery every week with no upfront investment. It's all part of Apparel Plus from Cintas. Learn more at Cintas.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Mixture of clouds and sunshine today. Another very warm day with highs in the mid-80s, but decent chance of some showers this afternoon with a rain chance of about 40 to 50%. Muggy tonight with a low in the upper 60s and a 30% chance of showers for Friday. Once again, very warm tomorrow with highs in the mid-80s.
Stream Real Raw Radio live anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app.
If your heating or cooling system is on the fritz, call me, Bob from Badger Bob Services. We've got over 100 technicians on the road ready to help. From leaky sinks, busted fridge, and water heaters to even hanging a chandelier, Badger Bob's does it all. Proudly serving Tampa and the Sun Coast. Go to BadgerBobs.com and give us a call. Badger Bob's. Funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
BadgerBobs.com. License CAC 1815977, CFC 1428238, and EC 1300924.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day. And he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve. And it all starts with one call, the Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
The magic is calling you like never before. Cast your magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop. Sail into fun at Buccaneer Bay and dash through the night's Ninja Challenge. Join the fun February 14th through March 29th. Get tickets at Circle K or BayAreaRenFest.com. The Bay Area Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Your insurance agent should know more than just your name. After all, you're trusting them with what matters most. Your family, your company, your wealth. That's why at Italiano Insurance, we're so proud of our local involvement. And with over 60 years of supporting local charities in Tampa Bay, we can truly say we know this community and its people. That's the Italiano Insurance way. Join us and become one of the familiar faces. Find us at ItalianoInsurance.com. That's ItalianoInsurance.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today at 813-212-0500. That's 813-212-0500.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to the Mike Calta After Show.
On fire. Before you, I was showing on the wire, but somehow you're taking me higher.
Welcome back to my Calta Aftershow, 10:31 on a Thursday morning. Thanks for hanging out with me. Johnny B with you. Taking you up to 11 o'clock with JP. Recapping some of the things you heard from the Mike Calta show this morning and winging it because some of the streaming was a little off for me back at the crib. But on the schedule for today, and it's been weeks and weeks since we've had him on. And honestly, because it's been kind of, when it comes to movies, the last couple of months. Let's go to the hotline, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You can follow him on all social media at TM Powell Media. It is my movie critic, your movie critic. TM Powell is on the hotline. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the old school dead zone. It used to be like this, Johnny, where we just didn't have any movies after Christmas.
Yeah.
And they really didn't start up again until like mid-March, April, like around that spring break time. But then, there was, I would say there was up to a decade, they were like, hey, look, we can make money here. So there was a lot of releases in January. The first Deadpool was in February, and we had big movies. But then when COVID hit, this is just one of the side effects of they've backed off these couple of months again. They really have.
Yeah, and of course the writer's strike threw everything off. All the stuff that went down there. It was the last few years. It kind of made you wonder what the future of even going to see a movie would even be between the lockdowns and streaming services and everything else. But I do feel like going to the movies is still something that's, it's something that people are still willing to do. It's something my wife and I still like to do. But we won't just go see any movie. I think a lot of people, want to spend their entertainment dollar the best way they can, so they wait for the big releases.
Yeah, and you saw Scream last weekend make a pretty good amount of money. I will tell you, the movie itself, not that good, and I think it's probably time to put this one out to pasture. I've kind of felt that way the last couple of movies, even the last one in New York. I thought the New York setting was the only thing that saved it. But this last one, it really has a really bad third act reveal. But I think it just goes to show you still, Johnny, even with some bad word of mouth, people were just craving something. And this week will be a little different, too, because we have Hoppers, which is a Disney Pixar movie. That's going to make money just because kids' movies usually do well, even though Pixar has been in a slump. And I don't think it's going to be like big money for them. I think their big money thing is more Toy Story 5 down the road. But that'll be one to make money. And then this new one, The Bride, it's a very interesting concept, Johnny. And I will say this about this film that's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, which is a new take on The Bride of Frankenstein. I always admire when people take risks with movies. I do. I like a risk because there's so many films that don't take any risks, and they're basically paint by numbers. So I want to say that right off the bat about this movie. I applaud the risk. And it is a big swing how they tell the story of Frankenstein basically wanting a companion in 1930s America. It starts out in Chicago, but I would say they move around a little bit in the story. Christian Bale plays Frankenstein. Christian Bale's one of our better actors out there, I would say. He's probably one of the best.
Yeah.
And Jessie Buckley plays the bride, and she's about to win an Oscar for Hamnet. So she's going to be on fire soon. In terms of her career.
TM, real fast, your phone is like doing some weird cracking, breaking up stuff. I'm gonna hang up. Can you call me right back?
Yeah, I'll call you right back.
All right, because it's driving me a little crazy. We are talking about, with TM Powell, we're talking about The Bride, which is a movie that was supposed to come out on Netflix. I'm going to talk about that with him in a second, but ended up not being picked up by Netflix. Let's go back to him, make sure this phone line is sounding better. Hey, TM,
Companion takes place in the 1930s. There's some risky filmmaking going on here. I will say there's some great between it's a masterpiece and it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I mean that in the nicest way possible. And it's because of all the risks it takes. There are some people that are going to say that this is the greatest thing ever. It's such bold filmmaking. And I would agree with you on some of the parts. They really do some cool, inventive things in this film. You got two great actors holding it together. So when the concept gets weird and wacky, sometimes you're still buying in because they're so great. There's that. But then there's just stuff, Johnny, where, and I've heard that they were like wanting to kind of be like a little bit of a parody of themselves with monster films.
Right.
But sometimes that doesn't mesh when it's actually kind of being serious. And hell, they even have some parts with some social issues in it. I think it's best when they're literally just being Frankenstein and the Bride and raising hell in the city. Like, that's what I think is best, because it does have a Bonnie and Clyde aspect to it.
Right.
But I'm still kind of perplexed with it. It's almost like one of those movies like, maybe I need to see it again, watch it again, because it can be so weird. I mean, I'm not going to spoil too much, but there's parts of stuff with possession in just with their performances, even if you roll your eyes in some parts, because there were some parts where I'm like, what the hell is going on in this movie? Like, just because it was so weird. But again, I applaud the risks. I'm always going to applaud the risks because, like I said, there's so many filmmakers who are afraid to take risks, who are afraid to, give the audience something different or even to challenge them. And maybe that's kind of like how they challenged me. But I expect this movie to be very, very polarizing. Johnny, I would tell you it's probably the weirdest movie I've seen since Donnie Darko, like where I got out of it. I'm like, what did I just watch? And it's so funny considering both Maggie Gyllenhaal and Jake Gyllenhaal were involved in that film as well.
Yeah, I watched 3 of the trailers and I did a little bit of research on it. And I just from the trailers, I'm like, I really want to see it, to see, what is going on. And I feel the same way. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. I also don't like it when people kind of force social issues into a story that really it doesn't even play into. It's like it's set in the 30s, so I get it. Netflix and Netflix $1 budget without Netflix and which really isn't a lot of make a movie now, right?
That's a period piece. That's always going to, cost a little bit more. You got to get set. Part of it is this film is very busy with what it wants to explore. Sometimes there's just too much going on, and it's just like, okay, pick a route you want to take, because right now you're like, your map is basically like a kid with a crown on a mat at like a diner drawing all over it where you're going with this. And yeah, there's a lot of that. And this, from what I've heard, there's like 3 different Bride films out there that they're trying to get made right now. And, I want to say this too. All those original Universal monster movies, black and white ones from the 30s. I think The Bride of Frankenstein is probably my favorite one. It's definitely the best of those movies. Those movies are pretty simplistic back then, let's face it. But that's probably my favorite, even though I do have a thing for the creature from the Black Lagoon, just because that creature design is just so cool in that movie. Like that is a cool creature design still to this day. Like, that's how cool that suit is. It's an impressive piece. I always say that suit is a piece of art, how cool they made that thing back then.
Yeah, it's also nostalgic for me, because I don't know if you were, I'm a little bit older than you, but they had the
7-Eleven 3D glasses?
Yes! Black and white TV. But for about one of my eyes saw more blue, and I was like, "Am I ruined forever?" But I'm sure back then they didn't care if you blinded a bunch of kids as long as you went to 7-Eleven and got a Slurpee and got your free glasses.
Yeah. For those who don't know, back in the day, they ran the Creature from the Black Lagoon on regular television, and they had a promotion with certain stores. I believe 7-Eleven was definitely one of them. That's where I got mine from, where you went to 7-Eleven and you picked up the glasses there and you brought them home and you watched it home on 3D. And yeah, that's why I kind of have a soft spot for the Creature from the Black Lagoon, because it has like a nostalgic moment from me. Because even though it was made back in the 40s and stuff like that, it still has an 80s vibe of all of us getting together and doing that. I actually thought that was a really cool idea back then.
Yeah, I think it was Farm Store, if I'm not mistaken, because I think we went through a drive-through Farm Store on Nebraska Avenue and got our glasses like with an hour before showtime, and we were so excited because we were like, oh man, we're gonna watch the 3D movie at home, and the effects were actually pretty good.
I can also remember all the kids because, I mean, man, Johnny, I think I was kindergarten, first grade when that happened. You know, I mean, I was young, but I really have. Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Invisible Man, the Mummy. Yeah, and they're always trying to revive them. I mean, look at Epic Universe. Now, I will say this isn't made by Universal. This is made by Warner Brothers. And,
right.
And like you were saying, Johnny, how you said, I just want to see it to see it. I will give that recommendation. I think it's a movie worth seeing, just so you have an opinion on it. Just be warned that your opinion could be like, this is terrible, or your good opinion could be like, man, this is incredible, you know? But it's going to be super duper polarizing. I've already seen some Rotten Tomato reviews. It's like hovering around like 60%. I'm not surprised by that. And I'm also not surprised that some people think that Christian Bale's terrible in it and he's overacting. I could see that being a thing. I just thought he kept my attention, and I thought they were good in it. But it's one of those movies where if someone was arguing me like, oh my God, they're terrible. What about this scene? What about this scene? I'd be like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
There's two different POVs for this movie for sure.
Lots of other good movies coming out too. I saw a trailer for a movie for the first time this morning, and my first thought was, I'm glad I got T.M. Powell on today because I want to talk to him about it. But this looks like an edgy comedy with kind of a cool plot. Have you seen? Well, why am I asking? I know you have. The trailer for the new Vince Vaughn Hulu movie coming out, Mike and Nick and Alice?
No, I have not.
I just saw it this morning. Steve Byrne, of all people, comedian Steve Byrne posted it, but it's basically Vince Vaughn. It's like a time travel. It's kind of a what looks to be like an action thriller, but also comedy, and very, very funny trailer, but also super interesting. So like future Vince Vaughn comes back to try to stop current Vince Vaughn from getting in trouble or something like that. But it's got a lot of great actors and stuff in it too. James Marsden and the trailer.
I have
awesome.
seen this. Yes, no, I know exactly what you're talking about now. I have seen this. This is the problem though, Johnny. We're so oversaturated.
I know.
In terms of the stream. We are, because like you can bring up one thing, no one's ever seen it, and then someone else has seen it, or you're missing it, or it's like some trendy thing going back and forth of how they. It's so much. It really is so much, Johnny. I mean, listen, I know people have opinions about Paramount's owners and political stuff. I'm not going to get into that. And all I'm going to say is maybe it was a situation with the lesser of two evils with those two buying Warner Brothers. But the one thing I think more than anything is Paramount will keep movies in the theater in the long run, or at least try to, more than Netflix ever was going to. It's the truth, Johnny. Netflix would have brought those movies in-house eventually. They have no use of the theater model, and it worried me what would happen if the whole Warner Brothers, franchises, categories, with a lot of stuff underneath that Warner Brothers umbrella, if they were to go over there. So some people ask me like, oh, isn't this terrible? I'm like, no. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm in the opinion of I wanted them with the movie studio and to stay with the movie studio.
Yeah, same. It breaks my heart to even think of that, being something we look back on as like, oh man, remember when? Because there's so many things like that I talk about all the time. I go, oh man, remember when we used to go to the mall and go to the arcade? Like that was a thing.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster, yeah. And even
I would say that's I would have never thought in a million years that wouldn't be around. And
right.
now there's generations that don't even know that. something like the mall can always come back. They even say some of the malls are coming back, teenagers heading back there, different things like that. They'll get into cassettes and things like that. They'll never experience Friday night at a Blockbuster. And
I know.
It's a shame because that was such an important part of many of our lives of a certain age, for sure.
It was, and you know, they even had like the movie popcorn and candy snacks and stuff at the counter, and you would get that, and you go home and watch it in your VCR. It was the absolute best.
Or how about renting a video game and trying to beat it over 3 days because that was your time limit in terms of you had to rent it. Yeah, I mean, they won't get it. So, I mean, I don't think Netflix would have kept things there. And to me, things like DC and Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings are over there. There's a lot of things at Warner Brothers, and I didn't want to risk watching those all at home. I'm sorry. There's some things sometimes I see movies on streaming where I'm like, why the hell did they not put that in the theater? I mean, we talked about that. I know that it's corny and all, and I get that he has the Netflix deal. But Happy Gilmore 2 should have been in the theater. That would have been an event film. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it was an event because everyone watched it at home on that Friday night. I 100% understand it, and I applaud Netflix for that marketing. But I still say, you put that in the theater, all of a sudden Adam Sandler's having a renaissance in actual movie theaters again, because we don't get any Adam Sandler in movies these days in the theaters. They're all on streaming. And some of those streaming movies are really good that he does. But I still like laughing in a theater with everyone else.
Yeah, I got this big release schedule of all the movies for 2026, and to talk about the effects of streaming and our theaters. They actually have in parentheses next to each movie release, whether it's in a theater or what streaming site. And I got to say, a lot of movies in the theaters this year, which is exciting. To see that it's actually still a thing. That it seems to still be a little bit more prominent. A lot of these movies that are set to be released even March, April, and in May. It's pretty exciting.
So Super Mario Galaxy be a big, huge movie
on April Fool's Day, which is funny.
Yep, early April, and then Spider-Man: Brand New Days in the summer. The Odyssey's in the summer. Which Christopher Nolan, a lot of us read the Odyssey and the Iliad growing up.
Yeah.
We'll have Avengers Doomsday later in the year. We'll have Supergirl, which I am very excited about. Paul Gillespie, who directs that movie, he's directed 2 movies that I would not have thought twice about seeing in the beginning and thought I would love them, and I loved them both. And that's he directed I, Tonya, and he directed Cruella. So if you're going to give him Supergirl and make her kind of a tragic, damaged character, he's the right guy to tell that story. Also, I know I'm from a certain generation. I love this property. I'm very excited about Masters of the Universe. I want to see that, and I do think Amazon's going to do, because Amazon's a little different. Amazon actually doesn't mind you watch the stuff at home, but they would love to have their foot in the theater game, and they're dying for franchises. That's why they got their hands on Bond, and that's why they really want Masters of the Universe to work. And I think there's other companies that are going to take a look and see what Masters of the Universe does, because if that film does well, they're going to start tapping into these 80s properties that they haven't, or they tried and failed. And that could go from anything from Thundercats to G.I. Joe getting a reboot. Listen, my buddy, he may be kind of working on G.I. Joe right now.
Okay.
That's already in the trade. So I'm not spoiling anything about Danny McBride working on G.I. Joe, because that is out there. That is a known thing that they are going to bring that back. And the one thing I told him, and I don't care, I'll tell anybody, I said, dude, stick to their gimmicks.
Yes.
That's what we all like, the cartoon stuff. They were like pro wrestlers that were soldiers. Hell, Sergeant Slaughter was a character on that show. Stick to the gimmicks. Masters of the Universe doing the same thing, where they're going with the classic look. That's what we like. We buy into nostalgia. We feed off of it. When you deviate from it, that's when you're going to get dissenters. But if you stick to what we love, that's what we're going to show up for.
Oh yeah, you want the middle-aged man money? That's how you get it, buddy. You throw some stuff back from our childhood, and we'll be all over it.
Yeah, and I'm also rooting for Scary Movie 6, Johnny, just because we need some type of edge-com. We need it, and they've had enough library in terms of horror to spoof. I mean, you saw what they were spoofing in the trailer. Still doing Scream, but also Weapons, Sinners, Terrifier. They're Halloween, the newer Halloweens. I am rooting for Scary Movie 6 because we need edgy comedies, because the studios, that is their failure right now, is they are just afraid to do comedies in the theaters, and they need to get over that.
I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to make a bounce back. You don't see nearly as much cancel culture going on. I think people have kind of figured out what context is, and they've also figured out that you can't cancel everybody. You know, you got guys like Dave Chappelle, and you know that you just can't cancel.
Also, don't be confused by a lot of noise. I have said that all the way through cancel culture and the woke culture. Like, we are really listening to a small group yelling loud.
Yes.
You know, and it's like Star Wars when they were like, people are going all crazy about Star Wars. I'm like, these things are making $1 billion. Someone's showing up.
Right.
And listen, that's repeat business too. That's word of mouth type business. People are showing up. But I think sometimes, they get on, it's like when they say like there were, protesters at the screening because they, got rid of the girl because she had pro-Palestine, comments, and they fired her because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the pictures. There was like maybe 20, 30 people out there. That's not a mass protest.
That's most protests. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw 4 people protesting the Iranian invasion. There was 4 people in front of a store the other day, and I want to be like, guys, like, what are we doing? Like, go get some lunch.
It's crazy. Listen, I'm all for equality, everything else.
Sure.
Like, I seriously, I am for that. But there are times where we cater to like less than 1%.
Yes.
Like, guys, don't you remember what Spock said? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. We want dirty R-rated comedies back. Give it back to us.
Yeah,
please.
don't let 50 people on Twitter stop us from having a Farrelly Brothers movie. We need them.
Yes. We so need them. And I mean, I'll say that's another thing I've told Danny. Please go make an $11 million comedy that's not over budget, but still funny and take risks. And I know there's people who want to do that, but at the end of the day, you need a studio to back you. You need theater count. And that's part of the problem too. And Johnny, I do think there was a stretch where they were paying way too much for comedies. I mean, something like Step Brothers, I've heard cost $60-70 million. That's insane.
You don't need that.
And I get that it's all in their 2 salaries, but still, that's insane. You shouldn't be paying them that much. Give them points on the backside. That's how you do that. Comedy shouldn't be $70 million.
No, I'll do it for $200 right now. Call me, Danny. TM, we're out of time, dude.
I always come in Friday. What he did, Ice Cube made that movie on the cheap. He got African American comedians that weren't really getting roles and getting passed over. Put them all in it. Made a great, funny movie that's timeless.
There you go.
He knew what he was doing.
I hate that I'm out of time. I want to talk to you for another hour, but we are out of time. TM Powell Media on all social media. Thanks, buddy. I will be talking to you over the weekend and let you know what I think about The Bride.
Awesome. Take care, buddy.
All right, later. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate you. JP is up next with Monica and Dizzy. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. It's Thursday. It means it's almost over, buddies. We're almost to the weekend. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. It's going to be a nice warm one today. Expect some rain in the afternoon. Plan for it. Grab your umbrella if you're afraid of water. That's for all you virgins out there. I'll be back tomorrow with JoJo, bright and early. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
It's the Mike Calta After Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
Nature, it has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in the Tampa area without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in the Tampa area for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. The Tampa area is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in the Tampa area and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
The Strawberry Festival returns to Plant City February 26th through March 8th with great shows like Brantley Gilbert Wednesday, March 4th, Dirks Bentley Thursday, March 5th, and catch Pitbull Toddler as well as The Offspring on Saturday, March 7th. All at the Florida Strawberry Festival February 26th through March 8th.
If you've been injured, we're prepared and ready to help. Call Farah & Farah anytime.
Tampa.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
It's Corona Spring Break. Come party with us all spring break long. We're giving you the chance to win a cruise for 2. Sample Corona and win Corona gear. Corona. It's Lime time. Visit coronaspringbreak.com for more details.
Hey folks, it's Bruce Woodburn here, the Lone Arranger. I've helped over 10,000 families become homeowners. And I'll tell you something right now, it's a buyer's market. Sellers are offering closing cost credits. They're making repairs, and there's plenty of room to negotiate. That wasn't the case a year ago. Waiting for rates to drop? That's like waiting for gas to hit $1.25. Sure, it might happen, but how long are you going to sit on empty? Meanwhile, home prices just keep climbing. Marry the house, date the rate. You can always refinance later when the timing is right. And don't forget, I've got programs with 0 down payment, low down payment options. And if you work with one of my vetted real estate agents, you can get up to 25% of their commission back in your pocket for closing costs. Folks, I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to help you win. Call 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing,